Welcome to the onboarding video series for Data Match Enterprise. In this video, we will see how you can identify predefined and custom-built patterns in your data values and then use it to create formatted fields. So let's get started. While profiling your data, DME shows you the number of values in a column that were identified to follow a specific pattern existing in DME patterns library. While cleaning data, you can choose an existing pattern or define a new one in the library, such that it parses your fields according to that pattern and outputs the matching results in new columns. To understand this, let's look at the example of defining a new pattern for the phone number field. We will use this pattern to identify the 3-digit area code and the remaining 7 digits in the phone field. Next, we will use them to build all phone numbers in the same format. So we will first find the phone number field in our list of columns and select this edit icon under Pattern Builder. We can now see the list of patterns that are already defined. Let's go over here and click on New. You can create a new pattern using the Visual Regex Designer, or manually create one by specifying the regular expression. For this tutorial, we will look at how DME's Visual Regex Designer works. On the left-hand side of the Pattern Designer, you will see a library of pattern blocks that you can use to build your pattern. Now, for the phone number field, we want to be able to identify the first 3 digits in a field as the area code. For that, we will pick this digit block and drop in our workspace. You can see some pattern options available for this digit block over at the right-hand side. Since we want to identify only the first 3 digits as area code, we will enter the quantifier value as exactly n digits, and then enter the n value over here, which is 3. Next, as we want to identify these 3 digits in a separate column in your data file, we will change the add name value to true and specify a name for this column under group name, such as area code. Note that this group name attribute does not allow you to use spaces or other special characters in the column label. Next, there is usually a white space, hyphen, or parenthesis there before the next 3 digits occur. So we need to drag and configure blocks that will identify these patterns. For this, we will drag a white space block and configure it to identify 0 or more white spaces. We don't need to give it a column name, as it is not necessary to output it in a column. Next, we can drag a non-alphanumeric block to identify any special characters in there and place it below the white space block so that it identifies either one of the two, the white space or the non-alphanumeric characters. We will also configure this block to quantify 0 or more characters. Next, we will use a digit block again that identifies at least 3 more digits and outputs it in a new column. Similarly, we will add the white space and non-alphanumeric pattern logic again to identify these characters. Finally, we will use a digit block again that identifies at least 4 more digits and outputs it in a new column. Once done, you can type in a test string in the toMatch field and see the matched results under Matched. You can see how the designed pattern was able to identify the 10 digits phone number. Next, click on OK. Type in a name for the new pattern and check it to add it to the selected column. Click on OK again. If you scroll to the phone number field in your data preview window, you will notice that the phone field is now parsed to identify the phone area code, the next 3 digits, and the next 4 digits in 3 new columns. Since we are on it, let's also look at how you can merge these fields together to create a standardized format for the phone number field. Against the phone column, click on the settings icon under the Pattern Builder. Next, design the format you want to output all your phone numbers to. For example, I will first add an item that adds a +1, space, and an opening parenthesis in the beginning, and afterwards adds the area code. Next, add a closing parenthesis and a white space. And next, drop in the next 3 digits. Then add a hyphen and finally drop in the rest of the 4 digits. Once you have designed this output pattern, check this Use Advanced Settings options. Finally, you will have to choose the columns you need to keep in your output data file. In this case, let's just keep the formatted phone field and remove all columns in the file by dragging them out, and then click OK. Let's scroll over to the phone number field and see the output formatted column. And here it is. You can see how we use the pattern builder to identify various components of a phone number field, and then used the components to output formatted data values. Next up, we will see how you can run the wordsmith tool to identify or replace the most repetitive words in a column. So stay tuned.